Welcome to Smith Mountain Lake, and this weekend I'm to have 20 to 30 people here, relatives and friends, to enjoy the weekend holiday. And guess what? My refrigerator went on the blink and I have to fix it. Of course, I've taken all the food. I got a little house down in the bottom, and the food is there, and then in the refrigerator in the basement. So I'm ready to get with it. Alright, this is Refrigeration 202, and just wanted to bring you up to date on what has happened with this refrigerator. I noticed that all ice had accumulated in the back of the freezer section. The food in this fresh food section was not getting really cold. The butter was soft, and the things in the freezer were starting to freeze. Starting to thaw. So I knew I had to do something since I had 22 people coming in here this weekend. So I had to do it myself, and this is where I started. I cleaned everything in the front, took the grill off in the front, cleaned that, went in the back and cleaned everything in the back. And when I took the back off, I found that the compressor was running. And they sell a little kit that's called a 3-in-1, that if your compressor's not running, you can get this kit and that'll jump start your compressor and get it going. But I didn't need that because the compressor was running, so I knew I was in trouble. So I got on the computer and I went to justanswer.com, JUSTanswer.com, and I got Larry. You do this on the computer, and there's a fee. You have 3 choices, and I PayPal'd Larry my fee, and then we started going through the diagnosis. Since the compressor was running, I had to go here, and this little thing right here, a little button right up here, you turn that little button, and Larry had me do that, and that cut the refrigerator off, which it was just, compressor was just running all the time. So then with the ice build up in the back and everything, Larry said the part that I needed was this harness right here. It's a heater that goes behind this plate right here, which is the evaporator plate, and that's supposed to solve my problem. So we're going to see. Before I called Larry, I went to the front of the grill right here, took the grill off, and cleaned all the coils underneath the refrigerator. Then I took the back off of the refrigerator, and I found then that the compressor was running. And so while I was at it, see these little tools down here, this is one of them is a tool that I made that you can get really in deep into the coils and clean it really good inside, as well as a crevice tool. And all the fans were running and the compressor was running, so I knew I had a problem elsewhere, and that's why I called Larry with Just Answer. Your thermostat's going to clamp on this right here, and you're going to plug into this with the new harness, and you're home free. I noticed in the video that the fresh food section wasn't showing on the thing, so this little button right here is the one that I had to turn, and I turned it clockwise to make the refrigerator go off. And that's how Larry was able to determine what my problem was. Phillips head screws, you get the cover off. This is going to be one of the heaters down here, and this is going to be the other heater up here. And the directions say that if you don't just replace one, to be sure you replace them both at the same time. Then you got your other harness that runs on up here. So that's what we're going to do, is replace the thermostat. So you get them loose, and then that's what they look like, just hanging there. And you're going to follow this wire on up to the thermostat. And that's where you're going to put the new one in. Before you put the back cover on, you might want to get all of that water out where it defrosted. Right behind the fan, there's a little reservoir. Right there. And that's how much water I got out. And I used that red rag to soak it up and put it in the little jar. And that ought to do it. So I got the new ones back in, and the wire down the side. It's not a real pretty thing, but that's the way it goes.